Hello, welcome to my channel. Today is Monday. It's March 31st, 2025, and I am here for the meditation. But I also wanted to start out by pulling some tarot cards. And what happened with that was kind of comedy of errors type of thing. I pulled a couple of cards and I misread them. I thought one of the cards was pentacles, or one of the cards was swords, and it turned out to be pentacles. And I ended up just really screwing that up big time. But I'm a beginner, so what can I say? So what I did instead was I took the cards and I pulled 5 cards, asking the question about April, about the month of April. What's going to happen in April, or how can we best prepare for April? Because we keep hearing that there's a lot of negative energy that's going to be in flux here, and there's going to be a lot of stuff going on that may not really necessarily like, but we forearmed is forewarned, I think is what Susan Lynn always said, and I think she's got a point, and I hope that that this will be a good springboard for that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the camera around and I'm going to show you what cards I pulled, and I'm going to give you a little bit of info about them. Okay, just stay tuned. Okay, here's the first card that I pulled, and you can tell that I kind of thought it was swords because you can see the cat's teeth on the front, but it's actually the Three of Pentacles. You can see the pentacles on top of the box behind the cat. So what I basically, whoops, sorry, I'm holding the camera, so that's what's going on here. Basically what this card says is about dedication, and for better or worse, the dedication is an important aspect of things. Keeping your mind on teamwork and the work with others, and I think that is one of the best ways for us to come through all of the things that are going on, is to have a mindful eye and to teamwork, work with each other, work with one another. The second card I pulled was the Six of Pentacles. And this card is about abundance and blessings. And look how full that cat's tummy is. That cat is very, very content, very, very happy. And he's just feeling he's feeling the good life. This is about generosity, blessings, and abundance, and the good things that come to a person who tries to just live a good life and treat people with kindness and helpfulness. This is a very positive card, but the overarching energy, I guess is what you would call it. The third card I pulled was the Three of Swords. I got a little bit confused about that because the cat's looks like the cat's eating the heart. But the thing is, the situation in April is going to be very, very difficult. It's going to be heartbreaking. And the thing is that what this card sort of is saying is that you need to feel what it is you're feeling about in relation to it. But it's also important to note that all of these things that are going to happen are happening because we need them in order to grow. And so growth is a very, very important part of all of this, of everything that we are experiencing is in tune with the idea of growth and of growing. So that is the positive and the negative energy of the card, but it is what it is, and that we will get through it. And in doing so, we have the next card, which is the King of Swords. And the King of Swords is a very, very good leader, fearless, and he is about transformation and growth. And so we are at a time in this our level of understanding that the King of Swords is becoming a very, very significant and almost a role model type of leadership. So we will be looking towards leaders in the coming days and weeks to help us through all of the things that are going on in our lives and what is actually happening. So it is a very good card for, in relation to the Three of Swords energy that's going on in the world. And the final card that I pulled was the Queen of Cups. Oh, isn't she sweet? The Queen of Cups is about comfort and kindness. This is a very loving and gentle queen. She's very, very, well, as you see on the kitty, this kitty is very, very loving and kind and brings a sense of security and emotional stability. So, all of these things will be happening, and there's a lot of feeling of leaning on community in relation to these cards. And so what we need to do is just focus really on our community, on each other, looking out for one another and taking care of each other during these difficult times. So that is the read that I get on the cards. I did actually look for each of the cards. I did look in the book, so I kind of cheated a little bit. So that's my coming to terms with the fact that I am not a very good spontaneous tarot reader, but I am somebody who actually does look it up and see how it's going to affect us in a finite way. So I think it's important to do that because I think that there's a lot of stuff happening that we need to really get a good, firm read on what's happening. So I'm gonna stop there. I'm gonna pause this and I'm gonna turn the camera around and I'm gonna get started on the meditation. So stay. Okay, here I am back again. Okay, so those were the cards that I pulled. I think that and this is from the Cat Tarot deck. Again, I'm using Cat Tarot, and I always use Cat Tarot because I love Cat Tarot. And even though some of the cards are kind of hard for me to grasp what they are spontaneously, because all they have on the bottom of the cards are like little circles, and that's for pentacles. This is the circles, those are the pentacles, and we got the triangles for the swords, and then we've got for wands we have this image here, and then we have for cups we have this little image, which is like a little cup. So just trying to remember these various symbols and stuff in the readings. That's sometimes I get a little bit confused, but that can happen. So that's the card set. So today is day number 19 of the meditation. So I'm going to move on to the meditation because I need to get that read, and I have to get my other meditation done for Wednesday or Thursday whenever I go live with Deborah. I'm really excited about doing that. And I know that it will be a good thing to do. So I'm really looking forward to that. But right now I got to get started on today's meditation. So here we go. So today is March 31st, 2025. It's day number 19 of Into the Meadow. And here we go. I said, I can't believe that March is nearly over and that April will begin tomorrow. Is there anything I need to know before April begins? And Metatron comes in. It's the first time I've heard from him in like a really long time. Metatron comes in and says, keep your head up and be willing to roll with change. You will be away from home for a week, so be mindful of all the things around you. It does not mean that you must crawl into a hole. It simply means that you must be aware of the activities going on around you. I said, it's been a while. Things must be serious for you to come in today, Metatron. I am glad to hear from you again, but it is good that you are giving us a bit of a warning about what is to come. And Metatron says, yes, and for the last 3 days, your guides have been giving you some very good advice on how to proceed in these coming days. You will have a wonderful time, but do keep in mind that you can always come to us when you need us. The love stream will be an amazing event, and while some of it may be hard, it will enable the people to come through the month with greater ease. I said, I'm so glad and honored to take part. I will be between doing that what I can for preparation of the coming trip. And Metatron says, that is good. The key to getting through all of this is keeping your eyes on the light. Remember, where light is, darkness cannot exist. And I said, yes, so one of my favorite actors has transitioned. I hope that he is well. I always had loved the movie The Slipper and the Rose. This was a good in that as a little girl, I had such a huge crush on him. Nigel said, you did indeed. And when you were younger, you thought I looked like him as that character. I said, I did. So I sent a lot of light to Richard's husband and family. He really was an icon in films and movies. Um, totally thought he was the best. Um, uh, totally thought he was the bee's knees. I really liked Richard Chamberlain, and so I wish him a very peaceful and loving and energetically awesome time wherever he is. And I know he's in the best possible place. Nigel says, "You really admired a variety of people." And I said, "Yeah, I seem to have been born during the wrong decade. I loved the Monkees, Danny Kaye, Richard Chamberlain, and had a strong love for classic movies. I didn't realize it until I got older, but somehow the classics simply could not be rewritten." And Nigel said, "That's somehow linked to your thoughts on history. You never really liked movies being remade. You figured that it was akin to trying to relive those special moments in your life. There was no real way to do that. Reliving an instance in your life will never match up to the moment right now. You see, all of the moments in your life are special, and the attempt of recreating them is like trying to take magic out of the experience." And I said, "Like the coming alive experience." And Nigel said, "Exactly. Tell me about it." I said, "Well, when I was 17 years old, I got involved in a group at Unity called Coming Alive. It was done by a British fellow who lived out in California. He was a motivational speaker, and he would put these shows together and would hold rehearsals every night. I jumped onto this with gusto. I remember the schedule was absolutely grueling, but positively magical. I would get up at 6 a.m. and go to school. I had band rehearsals after school. Late bus home took about an hour to get home, and then I had only 15 minutes after getting home. And I was then picked up for the Coming Alive rehearsals. Come home at 9 p.m., 9:30 p.m. thereabouts, rinse, repeat. The entire experience was magical, but by the end of the week, we were all exhausted. But wow, it was like trying to capture lightning in a bottle. And Nigel said, "Yet, what happened when you and others wanted to recreate that?" I said, "For me, it flopped. I could only do it for the weekends, but the spark had gone out. It was like that movie remake idea. The whole feeling was just different. The energy was not what it was. We probably should have just left well enough alone." Nigel said, the effort in trying to recreate a good thing will never be what it was." And I said, "Why is that?" And Nigel said, "Well, because there is that element of wanting to recreate a feeling by force as opposed to just letting something happen. You described it as trying to capture lightning in a bottle. Well, in essence, the attempt at recreating something is like doing just that. The experience will never be the way it was because the notion of creating that spontaneous and loving experience simply will never happen." I said, "Yeah, and one of the hardest parts of all that was when the leader got angry with me, and to this day I could never really understand why. It was something that was said to me that soured the whole experience. I wrote him a letter some years ago and told him that I was no longer in Texas, but I never told him about that confrontation. I just let it go. I figured that it was pointless to offer any explanations about what happened, but I think that after the first experience, there was something missing in the second experience." And I said, "Would you do it again if there was a third experience?" I said, "No, I wouldn't. I'm learning that the best experiences in life cannot be recreated. A good memory should just be that, a good memory that cannot be made into something else or relived." Nigel said, "The good thing is there is hope for new experiences that will give you the same sense of joy. Sometimes it is hard to imagine that there is something that could recreate an experience, but new experiences that you do not expect will do just that. You are at a point in your life where you are looking at these new sorts of events and saying, yes, there will be something good coming. Life is not meant to simply be hard with struggle and strife. Life is as much an adventure with good things that can emerge and enable you to find that sense of joy and equilibrium. No one wants you to no one wants to see you force an experience to be repeated. It's like that sequel movie that is not any fun or of any use. The energy, the music is not there. The original film and story is the power. When you spoke of the experience of your church, the one thing you failed to mention is that in the second experience, your mother joined the group. How did you feel about that? I said I felt like okay, if that's what she wants to do, but I recognized that there was an energy depletion in it. I didn't much care at the time. Maybe it was my hope that she would leave me to have my own experiences. Today I realized that maybe she wanted to experience what I experienced during that first year. I didn't have the heart to tell her that it wasn't the same, not even close. Why do you suppose that was the case? Nigel asked. I said because it felt forced. Nigel said, you understand now why you cannot repeat any experiences when you force them. You can merely create new ones that will bring joy and happiness. The thing about the human experience is that many people want to recreate happy times and memories. So much effort is put into that process that the feelings are somehow abandoned in the process. What is special about an experience is lost because the notion is forced. So, regardless of your mother being in the experience or not, the feelings of it may not seem all that special to you at all. No amount of t shirts or buildup will recreate that initial feeling. It may seem special for the people who are stepping into it for the first time, but for those who have already experienced it, there is no way to recreate that feeling. It simply does not happen. The same applies for any experience you have had. No matter how hard you may try, there is no way for you to step in and make that initial experience seem more special. That is simply not what will happen. But don't lose heart. It happens like that for a reason. You will see that the experiences in life will become better when you not force them into existence. You will have many experiences in life that will not be forced or used in an attempt of recreating something that has already occurred. Ramon would basically say, stop trying to reinvent the wheel. Move on to another part of the project. It is the same here. Okay, Nigel, I said. Thank you. Sending light. And Nigel said to you too. So I kind of cut it short on that because I ran out of space in the notebook. This notebook is now full. I have filled 4 notebooks with meditations. Four of these. 80 pages front and back with meditations. I'm very proud that I have actually done that. So tomorrow I start book number 5, and we'll see what happens. But then I can take this one with me when I go to the UK. I don't have to take 2 books with me. So I have to get busy with the typing of the meditation for the love stream, and I'm very excited about doing that. I think it will be a really remarkable time, and I think that it will be a very beneficial one for all of us. So I hope that you will tune into that. I'm going to give a shout out to Deborah Lupian, who is the voice of the Akashic Records. She has a YouTube channel, and she's absolutely amazing, and I just adore her. I think she's just awesome. And I hope that you will tune in to her live streams, her love streams, as she calls them, and that it will offer you a little bit of support and hope during this difficult time. I will continue to do the meditations as I can while I'm on holiday, but the background will change, and I probably won't be doing very much with cards, except I'll be taking my cat tarot with me, and I'll be taking my rods and my pendulum with me, so that I can at least try and do some cards or do some work with the pendulum and stuff. So I hope you'll bear with me during the coming week when I'm not here. But I will be finishing out the 2 more meditations for Into the Meadow, and then I will be starting something new just in time to go on my trip. But I will see what I can do with that. I'm not yet sure what I'm going to do, if I'm going to continue further into the meadow, or what the guides are going to instruct me to do. So I'll trust that they know what will happen, and hopefully that will bring some goodness and some clarity to the proceedings. So I wish you a wonderful day. Have a good start to the new week. Take care, and as always, namaste.